Right. Okay.
But even if you go into the Bible, you see, even if you go into the Bible, you'll see where there were slaves. So saying that because somebody was in slavery, or a black soul or black into slavery, that you didn't get raped, you were. We was taken from the homeland. If you got me working in my own homeland, and if you understand slavery back in the day, you understand that you was working off a debt. When we came over to America, we wasn't
Alabama.
We came over to America, we wasn't working off no debt. You know, you had me as your own. You had me claim me as your property. I'm not your property. Now, if you want me to work off my debt, that's what I'm doing. If I had done something wrong, you know, back in the day, they was cutting off hands and chopping off feet if you did something wrong. If I was enslaved working off a debt that I paid, okay, all right, but you took me from Africa and you brought me over here to build your lands and to rape my women and have kids. That's what you did.
I didn't do it, brother. And I would also submit that if you owe on a credit card and all like that, you might be in a form of slavery right now.
You might be getting raped
and
get the mug off your back.
By force, our people were brought here to America by force. That's what I meant when I said we were raped from the motherland.
We didn't say, can we go over there?
Right. We didn't ask to come. We were taken. We were sold, yes, by black people in Africa. Yes, our people were sold into slavery and brought to this country by force. And that's what I meant when I said we were raped from the motherland.
And Jesus was sold to the cross.
Sure.
To the phone lines. Calling in the School of Hip Hop 95.7. Jazz, you have a question or a comment?
Third.
Okay, go ahead.
I listen to y'all all the time, and I appreciate what y'all doing. But
thank you so much.
The thing about slavery and all that, I'm from Alabama, and my family has been in Hale County since 1820 when we were sold. Came from North Carolina. I got past the whole slavery thing. It's not really how you fall. You have to build yourself back up.
Okay.
Over time, in the 200 years we've been here, we own 89 acres as a family, so we continue to work as a unit.
Okay.
So it's not really so much. Yeah, slavery was bad, but you got to bring yourself up, because the guy said earlier, God don't make mistakes. You can't just get out the middle part.
Okay.
And it's slavery. I really agree with that, and I just wanted to tell y'all I appreciate what y'all doing.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that comment.
We're not talking about we are slaves in a sense. We're not talking about that. We're just saying that where we came from and how we got here. That's the point we're making.
Okay. And the topic of the show is hip hop to religion, and the comparison, the contrast, the similarities, the differences, the issues. Hip hop is a lifestyle. We are hip hoppers and we want to elevate. But in order to elevate, we have to understand where we come from, who we are, and where we want to go. Then, how we're going to get there. That's the purpose of the show tonight.
One other thing is, it is a spiritual thing. It is a mind thing. We can be slaves in our minds, not necessarily. You can have all of the accolades. You can have all of the property, how much land, how much money, and all of this. But you can still be a slave to something in your mind, in your spirit. God has freed us. He has freed us to be who we are.
Okay.
And see, I think that speaks to the whole idea of hip hop and religion is, you can't be a slave to hip hop either.
Right.
Okay. The only person that I serve is God. Okay. I don't serve hip hop. Hip hop serves me.
One time, a teddy bear for hitting up the website. Hip hop not dead. It just needs a makeover. Thank you so much for visiting woojams.com. All of you can do the same thing. WOOJAMZ.com and submit your information. Also, hit us up on Twitter, School of Hip Hop, and we're up on Facebook, Your Local Lady Woo. I'm taking that as we speak. Mr. Sebastian Cole.
I was just gonna say, we were talking about slavery and we were talking about hip hop, and my man Courtney, aka Willie Beeman, told us that you know, you become a slave. You can become a slave to a thing in your mind. Pastor Woodruff said the same thing, and you can. It's so easy to become a slave to a thing in your mind, but you have to think about how slave habits are formed. Slave habits are formed by putting a bunch of people on top of them, limiting what they hear, limiting where they can go. You know, that's how you create a good slave. You put them all on top of each other, and you propaganda them with bad things about themselves, like use a hoe. You see, and we become slaves to these kinds of things in our mind. And that's not to down the music in and of itself, but to down the tool.
Okay, Courtney.
I want to just ask a question of the pastors here. How do you all view? I mean, hip hop has a violent side, it has a sexual side, it has a drug abuse side. How do you reconcile that, and how do you speak to the people about that when they're they're listening to this music and that's what they're hearing the music. How would you respond to that?
That's
Okay,
what's
first
up.
of all, this is Pastor Mike Singer. I want to say I'm not here as a proponent of hip hop. I'm not. But
What is a proponent?
Well, I'm not here as an agent of hip hop. I'm not here as one that hate hip hop. I'm not here as one that like it, speak for it or against it.
Okay.
I'm here because I'm free.
Yeah.
I walk in liberty. Now, for those that are in hip hop and the negative side of hip hop, I apply this. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And that hip hop brother who's in sin need Jesus, just like that Pentecostal guy speaking in tongues who've not yet been converted.
All right. So guess what time it is? School of Hip Hop right here on 95.7 Jams. Me, your local lady, we got the panel in the building. Everybody is here. We're rearing to get to the next level. Coming up, we got some things that I think affect all of us directly. All of us directly. And I know a lot of people are scared to go here, but hey, that's what we do. We keep it real, so we going there. We're going to talk about the hangover on Saturday night and then the church service and Sunday school that Sunday morning. We're going to talk about how you screamed so loud at that football game Saturday and had to lead a song Sunday. We're going to talk about premarital sex, adultery. We're going to talk about all of that. How you like that? Can you handle that?
When we gonna do that?
I love that.
We're going to do that tonight. And it can take a lifetime, but we're going to touch on it. Continue to submit your questions and comments. If you can't get in through the phone lines, you can text 205-447-0991. Tell your friends out of state, out the country, they can listen online at 957jams.com. Click listening to or listen now, and you can get us. We'll be right back.